Do you think God cares that a quarter of the world's fish stocks are overexploited? Does it bother God that the carbon we're pumping into the air is causing the oceans to acidify? You know, I think it does. Come with me to Psalm 104. This psalm is an anthem celebrating God's relationship to creation. The psalm rattles through a list of creatures: storks, cattle, wild goats, lions, whales, humans. And it says that for each creature, God provides two things: places and resources, habitats and food. The birds have the trees, the cattle have the pastures, the wild goats have the mountains, the humans have the fields during the daytime, the lions have the forests by night, the fish, the ships and the whales have the oceans. And in each of these places, God actively provides for the needs of his creatures: grass for the cattle, crops for the humans, prey for the lions. But the psalm writer doesn't stop there. He wants us to know that God takes immense pleasure in all of this. Listen to how exuberant the psalm writer gets. How many are your works, Lord? In wisdom you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. There is the sea, vast and spacious, teeming with creatures beyond number, living things both large and small. There the ships go to and fro, and Leviathan which you formed to frolic there. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. For the psalm writer, the creation is a canvas that shouts God's glory. It's amazing, and God delights in it. God takes joy at the birds that sing, at the fish schooling in the sea, at the majesty of the line in motion, and in the Leviathan, the whale, which God formed to frolic in the ocean. That kick we get from whale watching, God gets it too. And this is not soppy sentimentalism. The psalm writer knows that lions prey on other animals and humans catch and eat fish. But somewhere in the midst of that he sees balance. Each creature with its God-given space and resources. Does God care when fish stocks are overexploited? I think the psalm writer tells us the answer is yes. Does it bother God that the carbon we are pumping into the air is causing the oceans to grow more acid, and that the rising acidity is causing coral reefs to disappear? I think the answer is yes. If we destroy habitats and overexploit the resources God provides, aren't we doing the opposite of what the psalm says God is doing? I think the psalm tells us God cares about the environment for the sake of the creatures he made. He wants them to have their spaces and thrive in them. God cares for the sake of us humans, because we depend upon the environment for our very lives. And God cares for his own sake, because we are destroying something that he values, that points to his glory and brings him great joy. So here's the thing. If I'm created in God's image, doesn't that mean I should care for creation like God does? Shouldn't I care for creation for the creation's sake? Shouldn't I care for the environment for the sake of my fellow human beings? Isn't that a part of what it means to love my neighbour? And shouldn't I care for the creation for God's sake? To preserve that which brings God glory and joy.